Right, buddy, I'm sure you've seen the news on Manchester United's new stadium. I'll be talking about what the stadiums look like, the news that's gone on about it, development plans, and much, much more now. Listen, we always knew when Sir Jim Radcliffe wanted to come into the football club, he wanted to establish and build a new stadium. Now, today, the news was broke that United will be going ahead with the new stadium, with the expected stadium to be fully complete in 2030 now. It's a regeneration task, so it's not just going to only impact the stadium, it's going to affect the whole area around Old Trafford. With, you can see some of the pictures that are out there, I'm sure you've all seen them, all the development, all the whole area where full capacity stadium could be. It's going to be 100,000 new stadium. You can see the pictures, it looks absolutely fantastic. It's been designed by one of the best architects, and I think if you look at, listen, there's both positives and negatives with the new stadium. We look at Ineos and Ratcliffe cutting all these costs, free lunches, charity for football players, increasing ticket prices. Where is this money going to come from to finance the stadium? Now, Ratcliffe did say that he's going to be funding that new stadium, and one of the first things when he came in was probably to build a new stadium. Now, I do certainly think if you look at the current Old Trafford, it's leaking, it's rusty. The Glazers have literally allowed it to rot into the current state that it is. It's not a modern day stadium. And I think this whole stadium, it says, is going to reportedly generate around £7.3 billion in revenue for the economy, and also 92,000 new jobs. I mean, that's absolutely fantastic. I think the amount of seats in the Stretford end is going to double. It's going to be a really, really good stadium. Now, as I said, you can see the other side. Old Trafford's been there for over 110 years now. And it's a stadium that's seen a lot. You've seen some of the greats that have played for Manchester United play in that stadium. It's an historic stadium, but I feel like with the times are changing, you want a modern stadium. You look at some of the great stadiums out there, Bernabeu, Camp Nou, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. There are some, like, yes, they're a poor team, but they still got very, very good stadiums, and I think that's something that Manchester United need. We need the best in class stadium. I think Manchester United over time have struggled with having that, and I think it has lost its revenue. Concert, I think it was Soccer Aid or something, wanted to be played at Old Trafford, but they didn't want it, or something. I think the Euros final or something, but they didn't want it at Old Trafford. Now this will make it one of the, or probably the biggest, I think it is the biggest stadium in the UK, and with Wembley sitting at 90, we want around 100,000 seats. You've obviously got Twickenham Stadium, that's obviously a rugby stadium, 82,000. The current Old Trafford, I think, is like joint fourth, with about 74,000. So again, more seats, which again does only help the revenue for Manchester United. But I'm very, very excited by this. As I said, at one point, I was probably against the new stadium. I think it didn't help us. I think it was a huge negative, because ripping down the current set at Old Trafford and re-changing it. But you look at what has been happening, and I think we already need a new stadium. Yes, I said there's a lot of things wrong with Ineos and what they're doing at Manchester United with the job cutting, but you can see why they're doing it, and I think a new stadium does only help Manchester United to grow and become a better team. Well, it doesn't help us to become a better team, but it allows us to make more money, which we hopefully would invest into the team. And let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with the new stadium? Do you think it makes a lot of sense? I mean, as I said, the pictures look absolutely fantastic. And again, you've had, I think it's Norman Hunter, I think his name is, or Norman Foster, something like that. Like, some of the images look absolutely fantastic. And as I said, it's about regenerating the whole Old Trafford. As I said, 100,000 seats. I think, as I said, it's a plan to be done by 2030. We're already we're already developing the training centre, Carrington. That's going to be a new building coming there. Omar Barad has talked about how United should have the best in quality things. I'm actually going to have a look at what was said now. But listen, ultimately, I'm very, very happy. I think it makes a lot of sense to get a new stadium, new start. But again, it would, my ideal preference would be to keep Old Trafford and then utilise the other stadium for maybe charity games, something like that. But listen, the ambition has been done to start a new stadium. Now it went like this. 70. So the stadium, a wider regeneration project, has the potential to deliver an additional £7.3 billion per year to the UK economy, and also 92,000 jobs, more than 70,000 new homes, as well as driving an additional 1.8 million visitors annually. It's all about really the Manchester area, bringing more people in. Now, Sir Jim Radcliffe said today marks the start of an incredible, exciting journey. to deliver what would be the world's greatest football stadium at the centre of the regenerated Old Trafford. Our current stadium has served us brilliantly for the last 115 years, but it has fallen behind the best arenas in world sport. By building next to the existing site, we will be able to preserve the essence of Old Trafford while creating a truly state-of-the-art stadium that transforms fan experience only footsteps from our historic home. Just as important as an opportunity, but the catalyst for social and economic renewal at the Old Trafford area, creating jobs and investment, not during the construction phase, but on a lasting basis when the stadium district is complete. Listen, okay, so maybe the new Old Trafford is staying. Maybe the Old Trafford is staying along with the new stadium. Now, Omar Barada said our long-term objective as a club is to be the world's best football team in the world's best stadium. We are grateful to the feasibility work by the Old Trafford Regeneration Task Force, exploring options for the future of Old Trafford. We have carefully considered its findings together with the views of 1,000 fans and local residents, and concluded the new stadium is the right way forward for Manchester United and our surrounding community. We will now embark on the further consultation to ensure that fans and residents will continue to be heard as we move through. I mean, the area in Manchester is absolutely beautiful. If you go to Old Trafford, it's absolutely fantastic. And I think a new stadium does make a lot of sense. He said, Sir Alex Ferguson said, Manchester United will strive for the best in everything it does, and on and off the pitch, and that includes the stadium we play in. Old Trafford holds so many special memories for me personally, but we must be brave and see this opportunity to build a new home fit for the future with new history can be made, and that makes a lot of sense. In that interview, we talked about backing Ruben Amorim and backing the new stadium, and I think a new stadium does make a lot of sense. I think you look at the area, what it's trying to do, regeneration, it helps the UK economy, it makes us the biggest stadium in the UK. I think we're certainly the biggest stadium in the Premier League. We're one of the biggest clubs in world football. We should have the state-of-the-art things. And as Radcliffe said, we don't have the best state-of-the-art stadium, and that's something that's going to come. The stadium is contained by a vast umbrella, harvesting energy and rainwater and sheltering a new public plaza that's twice the size of Trafalgar Square. Like, it's trying to maximise literally everything and make it absolutely huge. I like the walkway down to it, a long term to the world's best football team in the world's best stadium. Listen, let's see what happens. Hopefully it's going to be a long process, but I've been to Old Trafford, and it's genuinely a surreal experience. Going to a new Old Trafford will be different, but again, if that's what they want to do, they're going to do it, and it's all about having your opinion. A lot of people disagree. I've seen a lot of different varying media and channels disagree. Many people agree. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree with the new stadium, or do you disagree? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. There'll be some more videos going out. But listen, it was talked about for a while. Ever since Ineos come in, that was one of the first things they want to do, and they're looking like they are going to do it. Thanks for watching. Peace.